Um, I'm still not going to watch F1. I'm just need to say that in case they're listening, because I feel like they've really upped their efforts in trying to get people to watch this sport. We had Gran Turismo in 2023, where similarly it looked so expensive to make, and I just feel like there must be some third motive here. Uh, it's a suspicion. It's not a fact. But anyway, it was a good film. I enjoyed the film. It went by like a breeze. It was about 2 hours and 50 minutes, but it didn't really feel that long. So credit where credit's due. Um, had the same director as Top Gun Maverick. That's not Brad Pitt. That's just really clumsy spacing in the the poster. It is not Brad Pitt, but it is the same director as Top Gun Maverick, and I did give me Top Gun Maverick vibes at some points. I remember thinking it was very cliche, a little bit like it stumbled into every trope. But I love Top Gun Maverick, and it's because they managed to make all of those things that I've just made it sound like negatives work. It really did work. You end up just getting invested, punching the air when they want you to punch the air. Good stuff. Enjoyed it. The other big mammoth task this film had is like, okay, we've got to teach a bunch of people who don't know F1 to know F1. And I don't know if they kind of, you know, warped reality a little bit and did things that just wouldn't happen in real life. I suspect they did. They do it in every other like sporty film. They did it in like, I mean, they do it in Ted Lasso, and Ted Lasso is one of the best depictions of football I've seen, and they still do it. But I feel like they explained the rules, the things that you can exploit, the things that are important in the sport quite well. And I remember thinking I was keeping up most of the time. In terms of like the ways they won races, they did a decent job of trying to explain it. I don't think I managed to keep up. I think I'm still relatively in the dark, but I enjoyed it anyway. To be honest, I think that's the main credit I can give them, because I think it's probably quite a complex sport to actually understand. To understand a sport enough for it to sort of work with a narrative, with a story alongside it, teamwork building. You really have to understand the bare bones of the sport. And I didn't feel like I was that far behind. And considering I've only ever seen two F1 films and never watched the sport. So yeah, I'm just going to give that kudos and then leave it. So if you haven't worked out already, I am recommending this film. Not a huge amount. I think there are maybe other films that are better out there. I don't know. Maybe that's rude, but it was enjoyable. I think maybe 28 Years is a bigger cultural impact, and you should watch that film instead. But I think if you like F1, then maybe I'd actually be keen to hear from people if this was an over dramatization of the sport, and if these things that he was doing, because you had the old dog Brad Pitt teaching the new blood some tricks and stuff like that. I just wonder if it was realistic. So please do let me know in the comments if you are an F1 fan. But yeah, I recommend it to the non F1 fans too.